We'll get started here. We will even get game audio. I am hyped up for this race between AlphaTZR and blueyummie. As we were stating before, a pretty tight one. I mean, we got like a 3-minute PB difference, but as we've seen in these Division B matches, 3 minutes is nothing.
Yeah, definitely not. What are you looking forward to see from these runners?
I'm looking to see some cap throws, perhaps, maybe some spin pounds.
Definitely. Maybe some jumps.
Yeah, I mean, I would give you more of an in-depth, analyst of these two runners. I know quite a few runners that are playing these tournaments, but these two in particular, I'm not super familiar with outside of blueyummie's 2 matches the other day. I will say, though, that blueyummie is playing his final match of the group stage here, so a lot on the line for him. Taking a look
what's he standing at so far? Is he won? Has he lost any?
We're sitting at 2 losses right now for blueyummie. So blueyummie, in order to have any chance whatsoever of staying in the tournament, needs to take a victory here and hope for some good luck. Need a 3-way tie in his group in order to force a tiebreaker match, but he's not out of it yet. Certainly possible.
Gotcha. So definitely an important match. I mean, you got to imagine playing up against a pre-recorded maybe takes a little nerves away from the tournament setting, but I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I mean, either way, you got a lot of pressure on your shoulders, especially with your tournament life on the line. But blueyummie, from what I've seen, is a more of a consistency runner. Doesn't go for any crazy strats. I mean, we see right here going for right side. There's some runners that'll take, their time extremely seriously. They want specific minute barriers by certain times. And blueyummie doesn't strike me as that kind of person.
Definitely. Yeah, seems to be going with the comfy strats. And honestly, nothing wrong with comfy strats.
Absolutely not.
But blueyummie had some issues getting into the topper arena. Looked like he ledge grabbed the arena and unfortunately took a pause. So having some issues getting into the arena.
Yeah, I mean, not that colossal of a mess up. I mean, I've not been running this game in recent years, or in recent months rather. I've only been running this game for like a year, but I mean, I did a few new resets the last couple of days, and I'm doing stuff like roll bonking into the topper stage. So I mean, one thing to keep in mind is these runners in this tournament are all very consistent players, all very strong contenders. We kind of get spoiled a little bit, and we look at players like blueyummie and like, wow, 106.58. What is this time? How are they, competing in SMO tournament? Isn't this only for the sub-hour runners? But getting a 106.58 in SMO 80% is not easy.
No, it's definitely no joke.
We see both runners here collecting the first moon, playing on 1.3. No first moon skip here. It's been a while since I've...
Alpha?
I mean, one can hope, but I don't think so.
It doesn't look like it. One of these races one day, it's going to have a DSS. It's going to happen.
Oh, definitely. Whether it's somebody, maybe doing a little bit of trolling here at the beginning of the match, or perhaps, they might just be out of the tournament trying to swag out. I'm not sure if anybody in the Division B tournament is going to be going for that seriously, though. DSS, pretty hard to save time with.
Alpha just getting into that arena. Bluey right behind him.
Yeah, I believe this is called the mother-in-law fight. I'm not sure. That's what one of the other commentators told me, but regardless of what this buddy's name is, going to be dispatching her rather quickly. Some fast strats here. blueyummie in a bit of an odd location, but does get some pretty nice connections on the chain chomp, so it can't really complain.
Definitely trailing behind Alpha just by a few seconds. Both runners wrapping up Cascade. Gonna be heading to Sand Kingdom here shortly.
Yeah, always interesting to note the time differences exiting out of excuse me, exiting out of Cascade Kingdom. It can be a little bit I don't know. Usually when we see runners, even if they have like a 3-minute difference, it's not too big of a difference like we see here. I mean, Alpha pulling a little bit ahead, but you know, Sand Kingdom, a lot of people will say that's when the run really starts, and Cascade here getting wrapped up for Alpha.
Definitely, and I don't imagine we'll see a lot of different routes in Sand. I believe they're both doing the save time, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different routes you can choose in Sand. I mean, we saw Spezzy like literally making up a route the other day, so I wouldn't put anything in stone for Sand Kingdom. There's a lot of variations you can go, different moons you can go for. Of course, the DSTA and non-DSTA routes being the major differences, but even beyond that, I mean, going for Sphinx Moon at a very low level, you have a lot of players doing that. The Trash Moon. Some players go for notes, some people don't go for notes. But I think you're probably right. We'll probably see a pretty standard DSTA route from both runners.
My timing's right. It looks like Alpha's just about 10 seconds ahead. Making that moon look like butter. That was so smooth.
Yeah, that is a good question. We don't have the the luxury of having live updating stats since Alpha is unfortunately a pre-recorded race. I'm not sure how we're going to handle that in the future. Maybe find some way to have live updating stats on the splits anyways. It's been so nice to be able to just sit back and just look at a sheet and be like, oh yeah, they're 10 seconds ahead. Oh yeah, they're a minute ahead. Because usually, you know, you have to sit here, you have to look for the fade out, you have to do basic subtraction and addition, which is not my strong suit. But stats team making it easy for us commentators for sure.
Definitely. Look, I came here to watch Mario, not do math.
Yeah, exactly. I have to work? No, I just want to talk about Mario. That's all I want to do.
And speaking of work, both these runners breaking into this business and stealing the moon. How can they just sit there and let that happen?
I'm really concerned about that like shop. So that shop has an employee's entrance, which apparently they have to crawl through a tunnel in order to get through. That's covered in bars. I'm not sure if that's like the best way to treat your employees.
I mean, that's gotta be some kind of an OSHA violation, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like having to crawl into your workplace is probably not the best. But yeah, blueyummie having some issues with the icicle here. Can definitely be a point of contention for runners, especially around this 106, 107 time frame.
Definitely. See if he gets the dram strat. Oh, and he just misses it. Bluey having some issues in Sand Kingdom. But a pretty clean backup.
Oof.
Meanwhile, Alpha is just tearing through so far.
Alpha certainly slicing through this sand here. This is a pretty hot Sand Kingdom so far from Alpha. blueyummie having a bit of troubles, as you were saying, but not too big of a deal here. Gonna be going for Jaxie Skip now. Excuse me. Not Jaxie Skip. We're gonna be grabbing this Pillar Moon, rather. We'll see how Jaxie Skip goes for blueyummie, as Alpha has just grabbed his variation, which is very nice. Seen some runners in the tournament already missing Jaxie Skip, not grabbing any sort of checkpoint, and having to come all the way back from the town, which is pretty painful to watch as a spectator.
Definitely, yeah, you hate to see it. Alright, Alpha with one more moon left to go in the Sand Kingdom, and he'll be wrapping up, heading over to Lake. Was that a single cap toss from Alpha? I wasn't looking.
No, there were two cap throws in there. But A-okay, single cap throw doesn't save too much time. Not gonna really lose sleep over that one, I'm sure.
I mean, it's a swag strat. Swag strat always saves time.
Yeah, that is one actual example of a swag strat that does save time. A lot of times they definitely do not, but I think that's actually the definition typically of a swag strat. Is something that looks cool but doesn't save time, but
Absolutely.
I think single cap throw notes is pretty swag.
It's definitely pretty cool. Alright, Blue is right behind Alpha, wrapping up Sand Kingdom. Definitely some mistakes here and there for Blue, but all together, pretty good.
Yeah, if you're getting bothered because you're missing single cap throw notes, you probably should take a break from the video game. Maybe evaluate your mental health situation, because that is not something you want to be getting mad at. If you're getting that mad at a video game over, you know, something so small, it might be time to take a step back. There's a lot of times speedrunners take their games a little bit too seriously, start literally eating into their mental health, and definitely don't want to be doing that.
Definitely not.
Also here, having a little bit of troubles here in the early movement in late kingdom, as blueyummie is right behind, jumping in the Odyssey, gonna be learning about some quick actions.
No late clip from Alpha.
Yeah, not too surprising. I mean, 103 is definitely a sort of time frame where you can expect to see runners start to doing that sort of kind of a routing, but late clip's a pretty hard trick. I mean, nut clip's pretty hard too, but nut clip is something I expect people to incorporate a little bit earlier in their routing. Late clip, on the other hand, it's just kind of weird. I believe late clip saves less time overall as well. So like the risk-reward factor isn't quite there.
Makes sense, and plus, I mean, ideally you probably don't want to do it in a tournament setting, especially if you're not too familiar with the strat. Looks like Blue is also opting to not do late clip.
Yeah, that's certainly not surprising me. If Blue's going for late clip, I mean, I'm not going to ever diss a runner for going for a hard strat, but you're kind of throwing a little bit if you're going for late clip at a 107.
Alright, Alpha is wrapping up Lake, and Bluey is entering in the Rango fight. I believe one of the commentators called him Philip the other day. These are great names. I feel like these non-canon names are a lot better than the canon names.
Yeah, we gotta just start adopting all of the things that Michael makes up for the characters. I think that's a much better option than actually sticking to the lore. Definitely don't think it would annoy any of the viewers either.
Just like that, Philip has been destroyed by Bluey. Now look away for a single second. He's already gone. And Alpha is out of here as well. Heading over to Wooded Kingdom.
Yeah, it turns out when you know how to, you know all the attacks these bunnies are going to throw at you, the fights become a little bit more trivial. Rango can still trip you up every once in a while if you mess up the timing on the cap bounce a little bit. It can be a little bit of a bop if he starts bouncing around in his razor hat, which is kind of a weird, I don't know, game mechanic. I guess there's a lot of hats that do things in this game, so it's not too surprising, but I guess the boxing glove hat is a little bit more strange.
Definitely. Alright. Alpha entering Wooded Kingdom. Bopping the bunny with a rock. And Bluey heading up to Wooded as well. Still fairly close. Think we're going to see any kind of a nut clip from either of these runners?
Time will tell. I think the bigger question here is, will we see a tree route from Alpha? And it looks like we will be seeing just that. So, not going to be watching that story moon cutscene with the piranha plant. Saves a bit of time. And looks like a pretty fast moon here too, so Definitely worth going for, as blueyummie grabbing that bunny moon. Very nice. And I'd be very surprised if we did not see a nut clip from Alpha at this point, but...
Looks good so far.
Unfortunately, not grabbing it. Rhythm seeming a bit off there, and gonna have to go for the backup route. We're gonna be passing each other here in Wooded Kingdom, but a couple more moons on the side of Alpha. We'll see if blueyummie goes for, and if so, can even get this nut clip. Not gonna be going for it, so not a big deal, not a huge surprise either.
Yeah, Bluey just seems to be going for those comfy strats, and honestly, you really can't blame him, especially in this tournament setting. Sometimes you just need to go for those comfy strats.
For sure. Yeah, I think it's pretty much 100% we're going to see Warp Route. If we do not see Warp Route and we see the Climb Route, we are going to have a discussion with blueyummie in the post-game interview, because that would be questionable. I do believe it not only loses time, but it is most definitely more difficult. So, gonna look like we're tied up here. To the untrained eye, it might seem like blueyummie has just made up a ton of time, but is 2 moons down at this point. We got the tree moon, as well as the other nut moon. Or, excuse me, yeah, the other nut moon. So, blueyummie still a little bit behind here. Gonna be going for the flooded pipes first, where Alpha will be grabbing that a little bit later after we either do or skip Stewart.
Looks like Alpha was having some issues getting up to that net for a minute.
Yeah, it can certainly be a bit of a tricky bit of movement back there behind the factory, but does actually going for the story moon here. Oh yeah, because we failed nut clip, gotcha.
Blue having a pretty good fuzzy room there.
Yeah, did we make the fast cycle? Looks like
so.
Looks like we did. So, setting up for the triple jump, it seemed like we're gonna have to back up to the vault. Totally fine. Does make it a little bit close to the edge, but not a huge deal.
Honestly, Alpha just making that look so easy.
Whew.
That was a little close for comfort there.
Yeah. A little bit of a love tap
Alpha to calm down a little bit.
on the edge of the platform, but does end up keeping his footing, so that's a-okay.
Alright, well, we see the
Oh
triple
no!
Oh no!
Alpha trying to go a little bit too fast there, and unfortunate, trying to go for a cap throw. Oh gosh, the capture not quite connecting with the homing cappy, but does manage to snag the onion. Wow, that was very close. The onion was very close to despawning there.
Alpha going for the Spirit route. How much time does this save over doing Spirit?
It all depends on your movement, you know, what sort of optimizations you're going for, and, you know, with those little time losses, probably saving a couple seconds at max, but I think it could save it for like 6 or 7. It just depends on what you're going for.
That's not bad. Really having no problem collecting that moon there. See if he opts for the Spirit route as well.
Yeah, some interesting movement here in the flooded pipes room. Going for a long jump instead of a roll at the beginning. Other interesting additions as well. I think I saw an up throw in there, which is, I believe, not typical, but... Okay, just gonna take a bonk here. We are headed back to the Odyssey. To wrap up Wooded Kingdom, blueyummie not too far behind, has just finished the Spirit fight, but has a bit of a gauntlet of cutscenes to sit through here at this point.
Yeah, so it's a little shaky Wooded Kingdom for Alpha as well. A lot of mistakes here and there. Definitely going to lessen that gap between the two. Alpha heading out of Wooded, heading into Cloud Kingdom to take on the first Bowser fight. And Bluey just heading back to the Odyssey.
Right, Alpha heading into the Nimbus Arena here in Cloud Kingdom. See if we have some successful fast hats here. Very nice first hat from Alpha. If I'm not mistaken, I don't believe we saw blueyummie go for fast hats the last 2 races, but I could be wrong. I'll have to see.
Yeah, maybe somebody from chat can confirm. I don't remember either. So Bluey heading into the arena. Gonna be starting his fight here shortly, while Alpha is about to finish his up and head on to Lost.
Yeah, we don't have fast hats on the stats. No respect for the fast hats from the stats team, Sag. Looks like we are going for it, in fact, though. blueyummie gonna be nailing this strategy here, so gonna be keeping pace with Alpha, at least in the Cloud Kingdom here, which is nice to see. I mean, blueyummie really making it close right now.
Definitely, yeah. Alpha now in the Lost Kingdom. Honestly, my favorite kingdom of the entire run. Just a lot of really fun movement. Those of you new to Odyssey speedrunning, this is definitely the kingdom to watch, because if you blink, it's gone.
Nice fast butterfly movement there, very good stuff. Grabbing the butterfly at the cap throw, not easy for sure. The camera there, a little bit hard to manage as well as staying on that thin platform, but Alpha making it look easy. And these moons just chain together really well. Oh, unfortunate.
Oh.
Yeah, standing a bit in the wrong place there, unable to get the Trapedal Moon in one go, but not too huge of a deal. Definitely a small opening here for blueyummie, who is cruising so far through this Lost Kingdom. Oh gosh.
Oh, we're having some issues with the pillars here.
Yeah, that could have been a lot worse. I mean, at least we stayed on the stage there. The poison jam, not exactly the most forgiving of obstacles, but
Definitely not.
Alpha already done with the stage, as blueyummie has a few more moons to collect, but not too far behind.
Only behind by 3 moons, and that's honestly just a couple seconds.
Yeah, I would guesstimate that we're at least like 45 seconds-ish behind here.
See if Blue opts for the Death Warp, or... Oh, looks like he might.
Nah, yeah, he's just gonna die here for sure.
Yeah. Don't see a lot of runners trying to do the survival strat there.
Yeah, it saves very little time, depending on how you do it. I mean, even if you do it optimally, it saves like a second or 2 at max.
Just another one of those swag strats.
Yeah, so sitting at about a 40-second lead here for Alpha. Actually, maybe a 45-second lead. Maybe I'm exactly correct. Like I said, simple addition and subtraction, not exactly my strong suit. Didn't pay attention too much in kindergarten, but... Alpha zooming through the sloppy streets of Night Metro here. Nice Goomba Darn. Very nice.
Heading straight into the City Hall. See if anything here gives him any issues. Meanwhile, Blue is tailing right behind him. Blue having no issues getting up on that roof. Man, Alpha heading over to Wiggler.
Whew. Okay, a little bit of slop there from Alpha, heading up to the top of the City Hall, but we've made it. We did not fall down, so that is a positive note. Oh my gosh. Absolutely obliterating the first cycle of Wiggler. Be interesting to see if he's able to keep things up on the second cycle. Of course, being a little bit more difficult. We'll see if the Wiggler decides to wrap around itself. Potentially cause some problems.
Alright, Blue with a really clean capital. Or City Hall, I should say, sorry.
You can also call it City Hell depending on the day. I mean, it does throw some curveballs at runners from time to time. Yeah, the Wiggler wrapping around stuff a little bit, but looks like Alpha's got it all under control.
Just manages to get the 2-cycle.
Wiggler hitting it with that Z formation, but not going to phase him. Keeping things under control, nabbing a 2-cycle.
Tell you what, that 2-cycle is a lot harder to get than people might think.
Yeah, I feel like once you get it down, it's not too big of a deal. Unless you get a really, really awful pattern, which is possible.
Definitely. Alright, Alpha heading into Day Metro as Bluey wraps up his Mecha Wiggler fight.
Yeah, this is going to be hard to handle, especially missing those shots. That's a very high spot for the Wiggler to be sitting, but does nail it. Yeah, just barely grabs it. Absolutely phenomenal. Alpha having some troubles with this dram strat here. Does get it second try, it seems, but that's unfortunate. Losing a tiny bit of time. At least we didn't head down the wire. That's the worst. When you see someone mess up the dram strat at the beginning of Day Metro, and then they head all the way down to the bottom of the wire, they hear the music start up, and they have to head all the way back up.
I hate to see it. There's no backups, it's just going right back into it.
I mean, maybe there is, but I've never really seen anybody do anything but just go back up and get it.
Alpha sitting down with a friend real quick for a nice chat, while Bluey's entering into Night Metro. Day Metro, I should say. See if you can take on this dram better than Alpha here. Looks like you should be good. And nailed it. Bluey opting to go for the RC.
Yeah, not too big of a surprise. Scoot clip, excuse me, can be pretty difficult. So going for RC car, pretty consistent and safe as long as you know how to control the wonky controls in the RC car.
Far pretty standard Day Metro. Not a whole lot to say about this so far. Blue having some issues getting out of those boxes, but able to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say, you know, overall, we've just been seeing a lot more consistent strategies coming out of Alpha, looking a lot more practiced, and kind of what you can expect coming out of a 103 versus 106 runner scenario, but definitely widening the gap here in Day Metro so far.
Definitely.
be a good time now that we are doing a little bit of musician stuff on the side of blueyummie. Alpha probably not going to be messing up this tower climb, and glad that I did not curse him there. But we will take a short moment to talk about our sponsor for these events, which is the Urban Arts Partnership. They are helping out kids all across America, helping them get to school for game design. In fact, they have a live location where they teach students the skills they need in order to go to college for those specific sort of programs. So if you're interested in learning more, do type !UAP in chat. We will be raising money for them over the course of the next few months, so do look out for those announcements.
A really cool program, so shoutouts to the Urban Arts Partnership for that, for sure. Alpha having a super clean people's room, and he is done heading off to Snow Kingdom. Blue still have a few more moons to collect.
Yeah, looking a little bit shaky on that tower climb, but knowing the strats well enough to where, you know, not bonking on the backflip jump dives, which are pretty easy to bonk on, and then, you know, recognizing we were a little bit too low, not just going for the jump drive strats to the top, analyzing the pillar, just getting to the right spot, which is very good, because bonking and falling down there can be not only a time loss, but also fairly tilting.
Absolutely. Alright, have Blue here just wrapping up day metro. I can't talk today. And Alpha heading into Snow Kingdom. Relatively short kingdom. I imagine we should probably see Snowdram from both of these runners, yeah?
I wouldn't count on it out of blueyummie. I would be pretty surprised to not see it out of Alpha, but Snowdram is a very hard jump. Especially with the amount of safety / consistency strats that blueyummie goes for, I would not 100% expect a Snowdram.
That is true. He has been going for some of these more comfier strats, so that's fair.
I actually don't think either player goes for snow. Actually, hard to say. I'm gonna say Alpha probably yes, but blueyummie definitely no. I'm looking at the stat sheet, and we do not have any out of blueyummie so far in the tournament. So unless he's been practicing.
Yeah, looks like we'll see the Snowdram from Alpha opting to skip the shot moon. No toad abuse from any of these runners. Love to see it. Alpha making really quick work of this blowy Joey room.
Yeah, but definitely nice to see it. Definitely a pretty difficult room. I mean, making it over that first even poison jam little ravine can be a bit tricky when you're trying to make that cycle to get the boost from the wind. But making quick work of it, you love to see it.
Definitely not an easy room. Blue getting the shot move, so looks like as you mentioned, not gonna be doing the Snowdram. And the gap just ever widens between these two runners.
Yeah, I would almost say it's staying pretty even here. I mean, obviously losing the littlest amount of time in day metro, but blueyummie I think is pretty well holding his own considering the PB gap. I mean, when you're in a situation like this, you're running against somebody with an almost 4-minute better PB. You're basically just expecting to lose. You're playing your best. You're trying to hope for a situation where your opponent makes a mistake, but Alpha not giving those openings so far. We're going to have to see some sort of a mech meltdown. We're going to have to see, you know, some big floods at the end, perhaps a death and 2D skip, something like that. If we want to see a blueyummie come out with the victory here.
Definitely. And correct me if I'm wrong, you mentioned if Bluey win, they go on to a tiebreaker match, correct?
No, not guaranteed.
Yeah.
I'm saying the only way that blueyummie can possibly progress out of the group stage is going to be in a situation where there's a three-way tie.
Gotcha.
So there's a long road for blueyummie at this point. Not only, I mean, it's one of those situations where like your team has the potential to qualify for the playoffs, but you're basically just like crossing your fingers. You got your hopes and dreams, but it's gonna be a tough road for blueyummie at this point.
Gotcha. Saw over there on Alpha's screen a nice, clean snowdram. Definitely a very flashy strat. Really cool to see.
Yep, and we saw blueyummie going for that early shot, so not only do we have the stat sheet to confirm it, but unless we're doing some incredibly suboptimal route, blueyummie going to be going for the normal, just Rango room ender for the Snow Kingdom, which is totally fine, totally understandable.
Yeah, definitely shout out to all those comfy strats. Love to see it. Alright, Alpha entering Seaside. Got to say, second best kingdom as far as music goes. Seaside music is definitely top notch.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
Seaside
Unfortunately,
music,
we only see it.
Seaside
Absolutely,
music's like
yeah.
elevator music. What do you mean top notch?
Yeah,
Come on.
It's great.
Okay.
Gives you those beach vibes.
I love the SMO soundtrack. Seaside music is not bad, but I'm not sure if I can get behind one of the best tracks in the game being the Seaside music.
Right.
I have a little bit of a commentator disagreement here going on, but
Maybe we can get chat to chime in.
it literally
Chat.
sounds like elevator music.
I don't know. What does everyone feel about Seaside music? It's pretty good. It's a bop.
The potato doesn't need to even go to like a concert in real life, just needs to go hit up a local like tall building and just chill in the elevator. Get that vibe.
Yeah, absolutely. I just go to my local hospital. No big deal.
Not sure if that'd be the best spot. People are, you know, going to see their family members, their friends that are in the hospital, and the potato's just in the elevator, just jamming out. Either way.
Yeah, you know that. Absolutely. You know the cat jam? That's just me in the hospital elevator. No big deal. Anyways, we got Alpha just dominating the Seaside, and we got Bluey just entering. Alpha makes himself a pretty good fish. Swimming around the sea, no problem.
Yeah, a lot of players will kind of talk down on Seaside in terms of difficulty just because, you know, you don't have so much movement. It's a lot of fish boosting, but having optimal lines is incredibly important in any stage, but especially in Seaside where pretty much everything is just, you know, making sure you have direct lines to moons, make sure you're getting your boosts at the right time, and of course making sure you have a good fish clip, which isn't too terribly hard. Alpha with a nice, clean, fast setup does make it out of bounds.
Oh, it's looking a little sketchy, but alright.
Yeah, it's a pretty lenient trick, I would say. There's a fairly large range of area you can drop your fish, as long as you're far enough away to where the fish will not bounce back in bounds as soon as you capture it. It's usually not too big of an issue wherever you are.
Definitely. I gotta say, definitely one of the more easier strats in this game when learning the run.
Yeah, I mean, you look at like Snowdram or Nut Clip. Fish Clip is something that you literally teach every single runner that picks up this game. It's something you'd suggest to somebody right off the bat in their first run.
Alright, and that is Seaside for Alpha done. Heading over to luncheon.
It is such a like common thing for runners to do from the beginning of their runs that it's even pretty common when someone fails fish clip in a run that runners won't know the answer to the Sphinx's question. And, you know, you could answer it pretty easily if you could read the language, but most runners run, you know, in Chinese, and 99.9% of runners that run in Chinese don't actually speak Chinese. So I've seen it before in tournaments where runners will clip out of bounds, they'll clip back in bounds, and then they go talk to the Sphinx and they're selecting every single option trying to get the Sphinx's treasure.
Samu confirming it's the bottom option, so good to know. Good backup. Alright, Bluey wrapping up Seaside. We'll have both runners in Luncheon.
Yeah, I'm gonna be really honest, I thought I remembered it being 3.
I can't say I've ever talked to the Sphinx.
What?
Yeah, honestly, it's only been just recently that I've gone for Fish Strat.
Wait, what do you mean?
Having some issues with Speedrun. I only just recently picked up Fish Clip.
Oh. Well, what did you do before?
The timed musical notes.
Oh. Let's try this hard. It's like harder than fish clip.
Think so?
Yeah, I would say so.
Guess I just like to go for those, you know, advanced strats. What can I say?
Yep, absolutely. We got Speedrun being defeated here on the side of Alpha as blueyummie has just entered the kingdom. We will see if he can nail this strat here at the beginning of Luncheon. Looks like we're gonna have to try it at least one more time, but not too surprising. This is a pretty fierce jump. Oh.
Oh.
That should work. Oh no.
Oh no.
I wish I was good enough at this game to give some suggestions here, but blueyummie not making it high enough right now. Looks like that one will work.
Perfect.
Pretty tight jump to start things off in a kingdom. It's unfortunate how difficult that jump is, but blueyummie does get it eventually, which is what you love to see. It can cause catastrophic meltdowns for some runners.
Yeah, taking 4 bunks there, definitely not ideal.
No, blueyummie.
Oh! Luckily, that platformer's there. Not taking the booty burn. On
Yeah.
1 HP in Spirit, needs to take it easy for a little bit, I feel.
Yeah,
I'm worried about him.
Spirit's a pretty easy boss. I've never seen anyone die on Spirit ever in my entire life, so definitely won't be seeing that here.
Yeah, I've definitely never died to him. Alright, Bluey wrapping up.
Yeah, Spirit didn't stand a chance.
Alpha entering the best room of the run. Love the movement for all these forks. Super cool to watch.
Yeah, lots of up throws. Really nice last launch there. Getting plenty of distance and height. Getting to skip that last fork. Very good stuff from Alpha.
Yeah, that was very clean.
blueyummie have some troubles with the geometry there, but does end up moving past it, but a pretty large moon deficit at this point. Alpha going for the YOLO cheese strat here. Having a lot of trouble getting this switch. That is something you don't see every day. Does end up nabbing it eventually though, and not a huge time loss considering the amount of lead that he has, but again, I mean, if we have a major flub here in Bowser's or in Moon, we could see some sort of a lead difference and perhaps a upset, but blueyummie gonna have to pick up the pace and not slow down.
Yeah, it will be extremely critical for Blue to capitalize on any mistake that Alpha makes. But at this point in the game, you gotta think Alpha's been playing fairly clean. It might just be his game in the bag, but time will tell. Alpha is zooming through this luncheon, making all those climbs look just so easy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was quick. That was pretty fast. I think Alpha's played the game before.
Once or twice. Meanwhile, Bluey is in the fork room, opting to take the last fork. Nothing wrong with that. Comfy strats. We'd love to see those. And that's Alpha done with luncheon.
Yeah, skipping a lot of the up throws as well, which is totally understandable. If you aren't super comfortable with your up throws, especially, going for up throws can lead to some down throws, it can lead to some cap spins, and just all sorts of things that will quite literally kill you in Forks Room, so.
Definitely. Bluey having some issues with this Potoboo.
Yeah, opting to go for the Pepto-Bismol elevator, which is definitely an interesting strategy. I haven't seen that, especially on the second area that is generally considered to be the easier Potoboo jump, but I'm not sure if blueyummie knows that or not, but definitely doesn't know the secret to the cheese. Just gonna go for the extermination strategy. The thing is, if you're going for, like, quote-unquote easier strats in the Forks Room, a lot of the times going for shorter jumps actually ends up benefiting you because you're trying to aim for those arrows rather than the other forks with up throws, but it is a good question.
Alright. We see Alpha taking on Spyro in a deadly 1v1 battle. A lot of grays, a lot of purples happening in this level.
Yeah, really convenient that the dragon for some reason just decides to lay down on the stage so that you can deal any sort of damage, because otherwise you'd just be sitting here dodging electricity for an eternity with nothing to do.
It's very nice of him. Alright, Blue, you wrapping up luncheon. Be heading off to... Oh! Taking a booty burn. Heading up to the 3-star. But manages to get there. He'll be heading into Ruined himself. Alright, and Alpha defeats Spyro, freeing him of that evil mind control hat.
Yeah, he sure looks freed right now. Literally dead. I don't know.
No,
I feel like if we wanted to free the drag, we probably wouldn't have turned his brain into jelly, but I mean, debatable. Could be okay.
I mean, I feel like Bowser's the bad guy there for putting that on him, so I mean, that's up for debate. Alright, that's Alpha done with Ruin. Heading off to Bowser. Only one other kingdom left after Bowser. So definitely something will have to happen in Bowser for Bluey to catch up. And speaking of Bluey, he's heading into his own Spyro fight.
Yeah, I mean, as far as places where catastrophic meltdowns can happen, Bowser's is definitely a kingdom that can have that. You got a lot of movement over wide open chasms. You got a lot of difficult fights, including the mech fight, bunnies fights. Generally not too big of an issue, but can cause some time loss if, you know, you have to chase Topper around in his hats for a little bit or something like that, but can't count blueyummie out quite yet.
Darren, are you a Topper kind of guy first, or are you a... Gosh, I don't remember what her name is. Are you a Topper first in Bowser's Kingdom?
Or what? I'm confused. Topper before who? I don't understand the question.
I don't remember her name.
I just do whatever. Honestly, I don't really have a preference.
Okay.
I don't subscribe to the drama.
Mr. Twister, yes, Alpha did do Snowdram first try. And it was clean, very clean.
Absolutely not.
Alright, we got Bluey wrapping up Spyro. We're heading into Bowser's Kingdom. And Alpha is just moving. Looks like we do have confirmation in chat that doing Harry at first does save 69,420 seconds. That's definitely a lot of time save.
No comment.
You know, you gotta wonder why people would even do Topper at that point first.
Yeah, we should just skip both the bunny fights, honestly. We should skip all bunny fights in the game.
Ideally, yeah. Absolutely. Alright, that's Bluey done with Ruined. Heading into Bowser. Still quite a ways behind.
That's just an illusion caused by Blue's insane routing that's going to happen right here. It's all part of a setup.
Absolutely.
100% promise that I'm not making that up. Definitely real.
Well, this is scripted though, so you would know.
Normally I would disagree with you, but Alpha is pre-recorded and did put the runtime in their description, so I actually know who probably is going to win this one, but not going to spoil that for the chat. Please, if you do submit a pre-recorded race for whatever reason during one of these races, please do not put the runtime in your title, because if I have to end up commentating it and I am doing, you know, the organization for the match, then I will know the results. So please don't do that. Is something that I should probably tell more people.
Definitely, probably a good idea. No spoilers. All jokes aside, Bluey's been performing super well. Honestly, you've seen a couple mistakes from the beginning, but looks like he was able to warm up and get, you know, all those nerves maybe out of the system.
Yeah, honestly,
I saw earlier. No, go ahead.
I feel like Blue's been playing a pretty solid game. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd say there's any point where Blue seemed kind of out of his element. I think he mentioned having nerves in some previous races. I think he died on Jaxie Skip. I think he was one of the runners that died on Jaxie Skip we were talking about earlier. And oh no, that is a fierce bonk.
Speaking of death.
Yeah, that's not where you want to be. Turns out an endless pit of death is not good for your speedrun, but too late now.
Rumors have it. Possible RNG manipulation that we don't know of. It's possible. But not looking like it. Alright, Alpha is done with both bunny bosses. Heading to the last half of Bowser Kingdom. I have to say, Alpha definitely came to play video games today. Or whenever they recorded this. Definitely making quick work.
Uh-oh. A little bit of a hard time here on the Pokio wall, but not the hugest deal in the world. Just having a little bit of a Mario meltdown. It's okay. It's acceptable. You're playing well, Alpha. You deserve it. You deserve it. Let it all out.
Bluey taking a bunk on the stairs. Giving Mario the minor migraine. And Alpha entering into Mecha. As we were talking before, Alpha's definitely going to need to make some kind of a big mistake for Bluey to get some kind of a leeway on him.
Unfortunately, I mean, this is mech fight we're talking about. The most consistent fight on the planet. Doesn't make any sudden movements, so it's very easy, you know, keep in control. I can't imagine Alpha making any mistakes here.
We'll see. Is this a possible commentator's curse for Alpha? It's possible. Looks like there is one brutal left. Having some issues with that last ground pound, but managing to nail it. Pretty clean mecha by Alpha. Bluey opting for Topper first, heading into Harriet next. Unfortunately, losing the 69,420 seconds. Definitely hate to see that. And as Ledge says in chat, commentators, be sure to check out Saren. Without Saren, none of this could be.
Ah, yes.
So huge shout out to them.
Ledge, my favorite speedrunner. I'm just gonna call Sledge Ledge from now on.
Oh, if it's Sledge, I apologize.
I like Ledge better.
Alright, that's Alpha done with Bowser Kingdom. Heading into Moon. At this point, Alpha's gonna need to make a bunch of big mistakes here in Moon for Bluey to really capitalize and take this home.
Yeah, we are already in the Moon Kingdom as Blue is not yet in the Bowser fight, or in the, excuse me, Mechanism fight. It feels like the Bowser fight. It feels like the final boss, because the Bowser fight is honestly kind of easy. Pre-recorded commentary and live race sounds like a great idea. Just guess where the runners are. Just do like a commentary over another race. And then slap it over something else.
That'd be a fun little April Fool's video for GSA. Alright, Bluey entering mech. Having some issues getting up on the balls there, but grabbing the Pokio.
Were we attempting mech? Birdless? Not sure if we saw Birdless from Blue before. Oh, turning the other way in pokes. That is unfortunate. That is not what you like to see. That is a great idea, Blaze. I mean, that would really cut down on, you know, volunteer hours.
Ooh, Blue having some issues getting back on mech.
A nice little, recuperation there, though. Oh my goodness, jumping way too far out there. We're gonna have to climb with the mech yet again. That is not what you'd like to see.
You you gotta wonder why he didn't just go for Harriet.
Doing Harriet, like, not as the last one is kind of Monka because you end up having to do a very tight timing in order to nab the last brutal on the side. Whereas if you leave Harriet on top, you can just do Harriet while the mech is kind of like running around and walking around.
That's fair. Bluey unable to stay on top of Mecha. Having some minor issues here.
Yeah, as long as we don't die, I think we're okay on blueyummie's side. I mean, the possibility of a comeback here is extremely slim, especially with these mess-ups on mech. Alpha would have to have the most catastrophic escape sequence of all time.
Yeah, I don't even think if Alpha dies in 2D or anything, honestly, it's going to be hard for Bluey to capitalize on any kind of a mistake at this point. But anything could happen. This is Super Mario Odyssey speedrunning at its finest. It's not over till it's over.
Yeah, somebody saying in chat, is blueyummie on pace? I believe blueyummie was indeed on pace up until this mech fight, but it's going to be pretty hard at this point to make something happen. I think it was still very close regardless.
I think they're talking about Alpha. You know anything about Alpha's time?
Oh, sorry. I do not believe Alpha is on PB base.
Bluey definitely having some issues on 1 HP in Mecha, not a place you want to be. He collected one of the hearts already.
We could make pretend if you want, chat. We can all pretend like Alpha's on PB pace.
Bluey just not having a good time right now. Oh, taking a death on Mecha. Does not decide to take the the one available heart piece.
That is rough.
That is rough.
Oh my gosh, Alpha is on PB pace and could totally get a PB if there isn't some sort of death here in the escape sequence, which is very unlikely. I cannot imagine a world where Alpha makes any sort of mistake that would kill him. Almost dying on 2D though. That would have been pretty catastrophic. Yeah, we would need like a, what, 32 second pillars in order to get a PvP here. But regardless, playing really solid so far. Hopefully we can get some cat jams out in the chat so that we can get a little bit of excitement here for the final room of Alpha's run. And gonna die!
Oh! I'm afraid that PvP is gone.
Okay, so I knew something was gonna happen, but I wasn't sure if it was gonna be in pillars or if it was gonna be in 2D. So I hyped up the Commentators curse in 2D section, but it was in the wrong spot.
Commentator confirming that everything here is scripted.
Yeah, everything is
Love to see
scripted.
it.
Unfortunate. GSA sold out for the hype.
Alright, Bluey finally getting out of mech.
Alpha could PB in our hearts though, which is what's really important.
Honestly.
Is that the real Miss Lip Potato?
The very one.
Wow. Real, not fake.
Don't bother fact checking. It's just take my word for it. Alright, Bluey wrapping up Bowser's Kingdom. Heading into Moon. How many times did Alpha die? I believe he died just once, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, almost taking another death there. Getting a little too close to the edge for my liking.
Nope, didn't happen. Alpha actually never died. That was just an illusion. I was just to confuse the viewers.
True.
Alpha's never messed up in the speedrun. Pretty sure.
And Alpha's also still on PB pace. Has a couple more seconds to optimize here. But could still very well PB. I don't need him to not jump off the ledge here. Alright, Bluey heading into Moon Kingdom, while Alpha is about to wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm getting a 105.08 or something like that. I'm not an expert. Don't at me.
Like a 105.10, perhaps? But GG Alpha, well played. And we'll turn our attention back over to Bluey, who is just about head over to Moonskip. PB definitely. New PB hype. Shout out to Alpha for sure for landing that massive 2-minute PB.
Is that how PBs work? You want to get the
Absolutely.
longest time possible?
It's like golf, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Alright, let's show some hype for Bluey. Honestly, except for Mecha, he's been showing a great performance. If we can get some hype, some cat jams, some love in chat for Bluey, show him some love, give him some energy. As he is heading over to Bowser. Doing a little bonk for good luck on the church door. Love to see it. Getting some Bluey love in chat. Love to see it. Let's keep that up. Bluey needs all the energy he can get. Let's go. Unfortunately, he does miss the first fast cap.
Yeah, unfortunately, blueyummie get knocked out of the group stage with this match, but he put on a good show for us, and I think got some pretty solid runs here, so definitely sure sport for Blue. We'll be sorry to see him go, but all but one player must go eventually, so gotta start saying goodbye.
Absolutely, and honestly, Bluey is such a great runner. A very skilled runner. Both of these runners showing up to play, showing up to press the buttons. They came here to play Mario, and they did it. Bluey on 1 HP, but nailing these fast caps.
Yep, and that is the last one. Just having to dodge the last attack of Bowser here, and we are done with the Bowser fight. A little bit premature on the cutscene skip, but we'll be heading into the escape sequence. Will we see a cleaner one than we saw from Alpha? Only time will tell.
Alright, let's get some more energy in chat for Bluey as he's coming to the end of this race. Show some love, get your cat jams ready. Let's do it.
No Pepe Ds. Pepe D is banned. Actually removed it from the BTTV emotes.
DSS from Bluey. There we go. Troy and Blaze with the Pepe Ds. You'll love to see it. Love to see it.
What was that? Troy and Blaze with the timeouts? Question mark? I thought we went over this, so that emote is illegal. It's all about the cat jam. And it's not time yet, come on. Prematurely dancing for the ending sequence? I expect better out of you, chat. Oh my gosh, Troy getting timed out by AC Money. I mean, Blaze still surviving, I think. Oh my gosh, no, Blaze. I thought it was perhaps a little bit of inter-commentary drama there, but unfortunate.
Hate to see it, but it is time. We are in the final room. Bluey gonna take out these pillars. Let's get your jams in chat, your cat jams, your Pepe Ds. Got some Pikachus dancing. You love to see it.
I see a lot more cat dance than Pepe D's right now, so that's just something I'd like to say. Troy of Athens flooding the chat room. Gonna have to just hit him with a 24-hour timeout, I'm afraid. It's unacceptable.
Alright, here we go. $110.30 perhaps? 110.29 by blueyummie. Blueyummie. Well done to both runners. GG. Fantastic performance by both of these.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic performance out of both, but unfortunately only one can get the victory, which will knock blueyummie out of the tournament, but that's a-okay. We will have more tournaments in the future, so blueyummie will get another chance down the line if he so chooses. Now we'll see if we can grab him for an interview.
Oh wait, while Blue is prepping for his interview, Sarah, is there anything you're looking forward to for the next match?
I'm pretty stoked that both upcoming runners are fresh off of PBs. I'm excited for that. I think both are playing really well. But we do have blueyummie coming into the booth here, so we'll talk a little bit more about the next match in a moment. By music. No more music. Music band. Okay. blueyummie. blueyummie, how you doing? Okay, I think we have some mic issues again. That's okay.
Okay, I mean, what's up, guys?
Hey, there he is.
Epic. Well, unfortunately...
Blue, GG.
Yeah, unfortunately unable to take out Alpha today, dropping to 0-3, gonna be knocking you out of the group stage, but how do you feel about your race? Are you feeling pretty confident about that one?
You know, I was up until lunch, and I felt pretty good about it, but had a kind of snowball effect, I guess. Make one start off with a mistake, and you know, it's hard to keep your head right, mindset right, and all that, but...
Yeah, I mean, especially with the mech fight, that mech fight was a bit catastrophic, but
yeah,
that happens. Mech is a hard fight.
Yeah.
You know, comparatively to your other races, do you feel like you did better or worse today overall?
Overall, I'd say better, but not by much, I guess. I don't know. I try to do consistent strats more often than not, but sometimes I don't have the backup exactly right and all that, but big deal, I guess.
Yeah, we definitely saw a lot of comfy strats coming from you. And honestly, I'm a big fan of the comfy strats, so, well, good performance there.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, is there
Congrats to Alpha.
Is there any certain areas, any kingdoms, maybe any strats you might have looked at in these races and thought, okay, maybe I need to practice these in particular?
Yeah, I'm thinking about, I've been practicing nut clip offline and wooded, because I know that route saves a lot of time, but I'm not consistent enough to doing runs yet. So I'm kind of losing some time automatically for routing there, but I don't know, I just need to practice some more and get some better routing there, and, you know, probably luncheon too.
Yeah, I definitely think that wooded nut clip is definitely a priority. I think that would be something that would very much speed up your early game, but you know, not able to move on to the playoffs in this one. Did you enjoy your time in the tournament? Do you think you'll be joining any tournaments in the future?
I did, yeah, I had a great time. Been fun running. I'll definitely, you know, improve my time and come back stronger in future events for sure.
Let's go. You'd love to hear it. All right, well, we're going to get wrapped up here. We started a little bit late thanks to my technical difficulties, but I appreciate you sticking around, blueyummie, doing your match live. That does help the hype train a little bit, but do stick around. We got Twisted Duck versus Switch Runner coming up, so don't go anywhere.